Yo diggity. All right, this is an important topic, and I'm going to talk about the other side of pain. But first, I am going to show you what a lifelong of pain looks like for those of you who are just catching on to this journey and think that I don't understand. I don't want to bring up my whole history, but from being abandoned by my family destroyed, children taken away, gang stalkers slandered all over, like national and international media. So not just some neighbor said something. I'm talking like mainstream news. Facing 56 years in prison, a lifelong disabilities, being forced drugged since, yeah. So what I found, I've discovered a lot in the last several years of this journey. But I want to start off by reading a post from an old Facebook page. All right. Then we're going to talk about the other side of pain. Now, I realize some people think that I am not understanding, or when I say no excuses to make the choices we need to make, that I'm being uncompassionate, or that, yeah, I haven't been there. So I'm going to remind you again, I've been there, and I'm not minimizing anybody's pain. I have never once said it's all in your head. I would never fucking do that. Okay, that's the type of shit that makes people want to fucking commit suicide. I know because I lived it. Okay, I got that from everywhere. All these people I thought were my friends, all these 90+% of the guests, regular guests on my show, I'm talking, I was surrounded. And let me tell you, when I went through all this fucking forced drugging and akathisia and all these things you have names for and support groups for, we didn't have that back then, okay? All right? So I'm not being insensitive when I'm telling you no excuses. I'm trying to wake you up. I'm trying to shake you up. I'm trying to say, look, there is a better way. No, it's not the stuff you've been trying. No, it's not the people you've been listening to. And no, it's not even me. I am just somebody showing you the other side of pain. And I reluctantly showed you much of my walk, which was part of me getting over my fear of everything, really. I mean, I was already self-conscious about how I looked, and then I'm fucking homeless and disabled, okay? You think I wanted to do that? You think the choices I made were easy? You think the choices I'm making today are easy? Let's get to the other side of pain, okay? And we're gonna go back into this space where I was just released from the hospital, about to be tracked down by cops that work for these agencies, not like real cops, but they get $1,500 a day, federal funds, locking up homeless people, crazy people, this or that. It's not a mental institution or a place where people can get like mental help. In fact, a lot of people in there, it was really, really terrible because there used to be like a mental hospital type care center that people could check themselves into to help themselves with addiction or depression or this and that. And some people did check themselves in there thinking that it was the same thing, only to find out that people get in there and fucking disappear. And I was saved by a goddamn angel, okay? No, it's not easy to make any of these choices. It's not easy to stand strong. Even those places, when you have 18-year-old girls shaming you for not wearing a bra, telling you your brain infection, your fucking neuroinvasive West Nile viral encephalitis, it's all in my head. It's just a fucking delusion. Really. All right. Okay, Kitty, calm down. All right, we're getting back there. Yeah. So I'm just saying, for those of you who have just stepped on the journey and you think everything's all easy and I don't understand and I'm not being compassionate to your needs, dude, again, a single mother in a wheelchair, I fucking took off. Hope, faith, okay? faith in yourself. And you know what? That's what 2020 boils down to, okay? That's it. So everything you think you've learned this decade, now is the time to apply it. I'm applying it in the best ways I know. And I also realize that even though I did things the best way I knew before, they weren't the best ways. And that I'm okay with making every single fucking mistake there ever was. Okay? Yeah, I was sold off, but guess what? I sold myself too. Why? Because I was afraid. Oh, well, what if the kids don't have a daddy? Or, oh, I have to stay in this? Or what if I... Dude, I did all that, okay? I'm not some fucking perfect person that was just born yesterday and then la la la, okay? Let me tell you, I complained, cried, screamed, begged for help for 40 years, all right? So I'm not blaming anyone for their circumstances. I never have. But there is a difference between blame and responsibility, okay? I step in trying to promote, wake up, shake up, the self-responsibility aspect. Now, let me go. Let me go back. I'm going to go back to, let's see, what's the date here? March 12, 2015. So here's the deal. More proof of how competent the medical system is. They are going to release me because they can't find anything life-threatening right now with the diagnostics they have used. That was after 8 days or 10 days or something. So all this time, all these drugs and no answers. Here's the kicker. I'm not allowed to get answers. My follow-up plan is to go to a doctor who wants to run further tests that they don't have here in the hospital, allegedly to pinpoint this. The only problem is they need 185 just to see me for the initial appointment. Even if I applied for Medicaid or something, they still won't see me until after all that is done. Well, guess what? I have no official diagnosis right now, so I can't get Medicaid or disability or anything else to help me in this process. 185 for more non-answers. Yeah. Okay. And no insurance. Not to mention I'm unable to care for myself physically, and now emotionally, mentally, and financially. And I'm going to pause this here because I was getting bombarded with, oh, go get your Obamacare, blah, blah, blah. They have... what are they called, scholarships or, you know, things like that where they pay your bills for poor people. Dude, I went through that. No. So at this point in time, I'm a little fucking frustrated because nobody's going to help in any way. And that's why when I say stop waiting for them to help, use that time on yourself. I know from experience. Okay, so, sorry. Not to mention I'm unable to care for myself physically, emotionally, mentally, and financially. This extreme constant pain is unbearable, and I can't even get pain relief to cope while looking for an answer without going to a doctor I can't afford. Then there's the no car thing, the no income thing. Soon I will not even be able to eat, not because I can't get up, but because I'm out of money, let alone deal with real life on any level with this mysterious, unexplained, undiagnosed pain that would keep me from walking 20 miles to get a minimum wage job just so I can go to a doctor. What a joke. So because I've been bled dry financially and have no insurance, my only choice is suicide. I have said for how long I can't tolerate this anymore. I gave it my best shot. There literally is nothing I can do, and sorry freaks, positive thinking and all that bullshit didn't work. It never has, in fact. And I promise I will shoot the first motherfucker that tries to insinuate it's all in my head, or that I can meditate it away, or that any asshole wants to guilt me into living with this pain alone. It's so easy, you do it. So yeah, there you go. I'll shoot myself instead. Please stand back because you will not stop me. I was trying not to make a mess and just fall asleep with Mandrake, but that didn't work for some reason, so I guess I'll have to make a mess if I don't get struck by lightning or some other beautiful miracle to take me out. Since my daughter lives far away, she can't get my belongings, so I'm offering them to anyone who will help me out of my misery by shooting me in the head or help me with some other idea you might have. Trailer, jewelry, herbs, kitchen equipment. I know I don't have much, but you could probably make a good 12 grand. I'll go home tonight, make my bed, and lay there till that moment. I want to thank you all for being part of my life. I love you all for your unique ways, compassionate support, wisdom, and insights. Your talents. The last is never ending. You are so beautiful. Just because I have to kill myself doesn't mean I'm not here anymore. You know I will be. I will haunt you in the grocery store when you try to buy corporate GMO poison. It's just life. There's no reason for me to live. I did my best and I lost. I failed and I give up now. I'm actually not giving up, though. I see it as winning. I get to live life on my terms now for the first fucking time in my life. I will no longer be in physical pain, emotional and mental pain. I am no longer forced to support genocidal corporate fascists and witness the inhumane backwardness of this ridiculous world. Thank you all, really, and special thanks to a few people like Russ. Lewis, Casey, Sharon, and Leah, who really went out of their way to try to help me stay here. Please forgive me, but I cannot live in this pain. This drug should be wearing off about the time I get home. That means I'll be busy screaming and crying until the last moment that I hope is really soon. Thank you again. I love you. You just have to understand. Nothing can save me at this point. I do not have the resources or pain management abilities to even try waiting a little longer. Death will be peaceful. Fucking finally I'll be out of this pain. For this, I am happy. It's the only thing I can think of, and no white knight is going to rescue me and make my reality go away. Yeah, I'm a badass for making it this far. Focus on that, how I was able to do all this alone all these years. I think that's about the greatest accomplishment I have ever encountered. Thank you again. Yeah, pretty heavy, huh? And you know, it's crazy. There's so much good advice in there, even though it was, you know, like I quit trying now, which as you see later, I'm talking about in videos how quitting, surrendering is the real magic. That was a really fucking dark time, dude. All I could think about was dying. I had senior citizens picking me up off the ground, fucking trying to feed me. I could not, it was messed up. And no answers, no anything. That was right after my YouTube channel, my income, my everything. Yeah, so then I'm erased, and then everybody thinks I deleted them, so I basically disappear. No more show, AFR gets taken down, all this stuff. So I'm literally suffering in that hell alone. The few people that knew compounded as if to show me that they were on that side the whole time. That was awesome. Thanks, by the way. And I really mean that. I would not have chosen that had I known. And I think that's why Hecate was gentle with me, and why she didn't tell me. She just said, "Are you sure?" And I was told it would be not a walk in the park, and that I would lose every single thing, person, idea, dream, everything. And, you know, I'm dumb and naive, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I got this. But I still walked. And so there were some things that I just read that, let me find this, when it said, I'm actually not giving up, though. I see it as winning. I get to live life on my terms now for the first fucking time in my life. Now, this is what I want for all of you, because look, I had tried everything. Again, that's why I say stop waiting for someone else to help you. You stop standing in lines at soup kitchens. Seriously, I'm serious. Go out, use that energy for yourself. Whether, even if you're fucking picking up manure at farms, or if you can't walk and all you can do is cook, or whatever, dude. I did lots of things to get cash for gas money to the next destination. I never begged. I never robbed. I never did anything unethical, illegal, right? There's always a way, okay? My pictures, I took pictures with my cell phone. People started buying them. Then I made cards. Like, there's always something else, your diffability that is beyond your disability, which might even be why the disability is there to fucking begin with, to crack you open and see what else is there. Those of you who think you know who you are, dude, I thought I knew who I was. I didn't know shit. We don't know. We don't know because we're programmed. We're blind, and it's okay. We're like big giant baby fucking computers. Yeah, programmed with all this shit, but we refuse to admit it, right? Yeah, because, you know, if everybody was just like us, the world would be perfect. The true magic, the other side of pain. Let's talk about this, okay? So, we all know we live in a world of duality, right? And many of us acknowledge that this is it's our school, right? Okay, so then why are we still resisting the teachers we don't like as much? Right? So why, with that whole positive thinking, I was right then, and I still agree. Positive thinking ain't gonna do it. Positive doing, maybe. And yeah, there definitely is magical manifestation in your mind. And yeah, we have the power to change our thoughts, but changing our thoughts doesn't control the universe, right? Like this whole, oh, just think positive, everything will be okay. No, because life is all of it, okay? It is the beautiful, it is the ugly, it is the most gentle, it is the most sick, twisted fucking thing ever. It's all of it. Denying any of that is not going to make you ascend or get you to this better place or get you to the other side of pain, right? So, and I want to do a whole separate video on anger again, which I already did in the past, but, you know, it became really, really clear to me. People who kick puppies and shit, it's not because they're angry. Anger is not the enemy, okay? Anger is our friend. The reason people kick puppies and do fucked up shit, road rage, is because of repressed anger, repressed emotions. Let me tell you what my anger does for me. Project Love Your Neighbor, Soul Journeys Radio, Truth Brigade, My True Essence, Nature Heals All, Womanity Awakens, Feeding the Homeless Radio, okay? Dude, the list can go on. When I go to the store, I don't support corporations. Why? Because it angers me when I know what they're doing. So me spending my dollar there, look, accountability is what's necessary to make it to the other side of pain. If you're still selling out because you're afraid of not having a paycheck or what's going to happen, what if I have to be like Christie? What if I have to live in a tent? Oh my God, what if everybody makes fun of me? Who are you living your life for? That's up for you to decide. But look, the other side of winter is summer. The other side of midnight is noon. The other side of fucking freezing cold is boiling hot. The other side of pain is transformation. Yeah. Transformation. Transformation is a true fucking surrender to the flow where you accept. What's that damn? I accept the things I cannot, or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, because you aren't the creator of all, like some type of spiritual people want to promote. You are a co-creator in your path because you can choose to walk your path or you can choose to sell out. Yeah. You can choose your own healthy, pure, clean soul path. Or you can choose the other. And I guarantee that ends in illness. Yes. All illness we manifested first energetically, spiritually, mentally, period. You cannot prove me wrong. My walk is fucking documented. Tell me how I healed while I was homeless. Yeah. You cannot. You cannot prove. The only way you can prove me wrong is by not doing anything and calling me names. And that's no proof at all. All right? So think about that. So that transformation, what does that look like? That's when we see it for what it is. We realize, okay, so you know what? I had to accept that I couldn't walk. But I also had to accept that I'm okay with it and I'm going to do the best I can do at anything that I can still do. And in the process, there was accountability. I cannot knowingly support entities, corporations, etc., if I expect to be held. I can't say, oh, I'm against slavery, and then go support Nestle or fucking Godiva or whatever. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that name. I meant to say chocolate because I don't actually know if they support slave labor or not. So, but, right, Nestle or what's the Ghirardelli, right? They do. Okay, they're not slave free. So, right? I can't go to Walmart and fucking buy plastic toys made in China if I'm against slavery. right? I can't go support certain corporations if I'm against war. I can't go support certain pharmaceutical manufacturers and chemical companies, right, if I'm an environmentalist. Yeah, environmentalists don't go to Starbucks. Yeah, and they don't take Tylenol. Or anything like that, okay? So, transformation is the other side of pain, okay? How do you get there? By being accountable. Accountable to who? To you, yourself, and yourself only. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter what everybody else is saying. They're pointing fingers. It doesn't matter if you're slandered all over the fucking mainstream news, every channel, facing 56 years while everybody thinks you're a racist, building bomber, child abuser. Yeah. Okay? I had plenty of opportunities to sell out. I know for a fact that I exist today because I did not. Selling out isn't just taking a fucking paycheck or a payoff. It is also doing things that are not in alignment with our soul for what? Convenience? McDonald's, oh, it's convenient? You're against war? Prove it. You're against slavery? Prove it. You want to be healthy? Prove it. You can't just keep complaining about things and keep doing things the same way. Like, a lot of you that complain about your situation, you're choosing to keep jobs in unhealthy environments for a paycheck. Yes, that's an assault on your soul. Okay, you're basically telling your soul path, your God, your whatever you believe in, you're telling them to fuck off. I know better. And that's what I was trying to get at in my last video about how my plans never fall, or they never, whatever, they always fall through, or they never succeed. So thank God. Thank God. And thank God that I wasn't so set in my ways that I couldn't accept that there could be something greater, stronger, smarter, wiser, more efficient than me. And that's nature. And we are nature. And you are as sick as your disconnection to nature. You are as sick as your disconnection to self. Granted. All right. So we were all vaccinated. I vaccinated my children. All the diseases I had were vaccine related. And I pass that on to my children, right? My children are not responsible for that. That's not their fault, okay? There's definitely messed up, twisted, terrible things going on. It's not to blame. It is to say, okay, now we know. I accept I fucked up. I accept that I gave my power away and trusted everybody I shouldn't have. Why? Peer pressure, comfort, ease, the illusion of safety, going along with the herd, right? But dude, we're all MK Ultra'd. I keep bringing that up. The MK Ultra joke. You think it ended in the 70s? No, it expanded to everyone. It's everybody's newspaper, everybody's radio, everybody's YouTube, everybody's TV, everybody's everything now. Everyone. So if you want to get to the other side of pain, you need to first accept that you might not know everything. Yeah, there might be another way that you actually have not yet been exposed to. And maybe the simple solution really is the best. What's the simplest? Know thyself. Know thyself. Know thyself and live it. Do not get off your path for any reason, under any circumstances. No matter how much you love someone. I just had to relearn or be reminded of that lesson again. I made an excuse because, oh, I love her, she's a friend. Don't do that. No circumstances do you get off your path. If others don't want to come with you, bye-bye. They have their own path. You need to respect that. It's not your job to wait for them to catch up with you. Catch up with you? What the fuck? It's not a contest. It's just different paths. Do it, walk it, go it, live it. Don't just talk about it. Yeah, this is a time, man. 2020. I'm telling you, people aren't going to make it. People, do you already see? They're dropping like fucking flies. It ain't going to stop. And it all has to do with you walking your talk. Authenticity only. Accountability. Every single dollar you spend, every thought you think. And you know what? If you're programmed with all this trauma and accept all this, abuse, like, hello, me, and pretty much every single person I know who was born on this planet, the best thing we can do is accept it ASAP. All right? Stop. Oh my God, what if I was... Of course you were fucking wrong. We were all wrong, but that doesn't make us wrong. And we're not to blame. We're only wrong when we know and refuse to do anything different. If you keep doing things the way you're doing, you deserve your results, right? And I'm going to ask this question for a couple people, Aiden. And where was I 4 years ago? I just read you that email. Where am I today? What has changed in your life, honestly, over that 4 years? Are you in the same house, the same job? Are you still complaining about the same things you were complaining about then? This is accountability. Again, it's not to be mean or to minimize your pain. It's to fucking shake you up. Where were you 4 years ago today? What has changed? What have you done to take responsibility, to be accountable to your soul, to your higher self, to your path, to whatever it is you believe in? Yeah, a lot of people believe a lot of things they say. But then you go spend some time with them and you find out they don't actually live what they say. Yeah. Oh, I don't do pills. Oh, but these pills are good. Yeah, because I've got the best doctor. Oh, I'm an environmentalist. And then you go to their house and it's all fucking like, live it, live it, live it, live it, live it. That's the other side of pain. Transformation, and you can only get there through accountability. Accountability to what? Your heart. Okay? And if you are on a lot of pills and you're not doing your research and you're not finding out, or you're making excuses, stop complaining, dude. Just fucking stop complaining. Stop complaining about your pain if you're not going to do anything about it. Stop complaining about your weight if you're not going to do anything about it. Stop complaining about your partner if you're not going to do anything about it. Stop complaining about your job if you're not going to do anything about it. Stop fucking complaining. Stop fucking victimization. Now, if you're going through a hard time, scream it. Fuck it. Feel it. Yell it. Punch it. Paint it. Sing it. Do whatever you have to do. Express it. Express it, express it, express it. Get it out. But know that it's part of making you who you are. Okay? Don't blame everyone else for things that we actually have a say-so in. I could have complained about my abusive ex for decades. Or I could have left. I could have complained about the next one for decades and left. But then what I realized was the common denominator was me. And that I had to look at what was inside me, not causing it, but why was I still there? And you know why I was still there? And you know why you're still there? Because it's all you know. My so-called best friend growing up and boyfriends, relationships, things like that, they were exactly like what I knew. And all I knew was dysfunction, but I didn't know it to be dysfunction. Like, how would a baby know, or a child or a teenager know it's dysfunction? It took me till I was like fucking 40 years old to see like what an actual healthy relationship looked like. Yeah. Yeah, so again, don't blame yourself. Do not blame yourself. Understand it's not your fault. That energy felt comfortable because it was all you knew. Not because it's your fault, not because you're doing something wrong, but if you're complaining about it and you're staying, then you do want to consider your course of action, or just basically don't complain about it to me. All right, that's my pep talk. Rah, rah, rah. Don't fucking shoot, man. I'm just saying, this is the other side of pain, okay? I appreciate every single horrendous, horrific thing I went through. Yeah, the other side of pain. Have a good night.